The following is transcribed.
Welcome to the Bat-Supe Swell Prizes Saga, Reheated. The Bat-Supe Swell Prizes team has put it in cruise control, and they're all feeling pretty good about things. Yes, sir, it's all coming together now. Everything is just fine. Yep. So, get those can openers ready for a swell prize featuring lots of innovation, plenty of cross-promotion, and not-so-subtle foreshadowing galore! Sparking the imaginations of children is a noble, noble pursuit. That is, depending on what the kids are actually imagining. Kids like Billy. What does it all mean? We'll find out right after this important message.
It looks like the fun could be ending for one battered and beleaguered soup company. Hello once again from the Reciprocal News Anchor Desk with a special report. I'm Scoop Digger. Between broken noses and kitchen fires, you'd think things couldn't get any worse for the makers of a kid-friendly lunch and dinner food, but if you actually do think that, you haven't been paying attention. Bat-Supe Incorporated, known for their flagship product, never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe, is now coming under more fire as their troubles only seem to be heating up. Now, officials from the Department of Veterans Affairs are calling for action based on the case of one Douglas Johansson, a military veteran who was the victim of a teenage practical joke gone wrong. You may recall several months back, the home of Mr. Johansson was beset by a barrage of mortar fire in the form of a bunch of golf balls fired off by teenagers utilizing, you guessed it, a so-called Swell prize from the makers of Bat-Supe. VA officials are charging that Mr. Johansson, a veteran of several foreign conflicts, is now suffering from a rare form of PTSD, and according to his grandchildren, quote, "Pops can't even go with us to play mini-golf anymore," unquote. Johansson, with the assistance of the department, is now suing the company for an undisclosed sum, but one person close to the case suggested that the amount is significant. Lawyers for the Johansson family are confident that, given current public opinion, their case will be a slam dunk. We caught up with the person close to Mr. Johansson to ask about his condition, and speaking under condition of anonymity, we were told, quote, "Don't worry about Doug. He knows which way the wind is blowing, and besides, he didn't survive in all those jungles by being stupid," unquote. Meanwhile, in a related story, a scholarship established by the makers of Bat-Supe for graduating high school seniors with an interest in science will continue being awarded, as that money is protected by a foreign trust and cannot be added to any current or pending lawsuits. We'll have more of this story as it will no doubt continue developing. In the meantime, from the Reciprocal News Anchor Desk, I'm Scoop Digger.
Curtain music.
Well, hey, gang, I hope you're having fun with that new Swell prize inside specially marked cans of Bat-Supe. You know, the section of tailpipe from Batman's super speedy car, the Batmobile. Oh, gosh, I know that Billy and his friends are. Isn't that right, Billy?
Oh, you bet your sweet Bippy we are.
Well, I heard that you guys have one hanging on the wall at your Bat-Supe clubhouse. But I don't see how, since they come inside specially marked cans of Bat-Supe and aren't that long.
Well, yeah, I thought about that, and we came up with a neat solution. We combined all the sections of tailpipe in our collections, and then we took them down to the machine shop at the high school and threaded the ends. That way we were able to screw them together to make one 3-foot section of tailpipe. It looks really neat.
Say, that's really on the beam. Look at how smoothly it all fits together like it was always a single piece. And it's just as sharp looking as anything.
Well, thanks. We've been pooling our resources on this one, and now just about everybody in the gang has one like this. And boy, have we got some interesting ideas.
I'm sure those ideas will be just swell, Billy. Almost as swell as a can of that never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe. Have your mom pick up some today and start collecting your own pieces of tailpipe from the Batmobile. Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Adult supervision is highly recommended.
Well, gang, there's a lot of power in versatility. When you can accomplish more than one thing at a time, well, that puts you ahead of the game, and that means you're really on the beam. One thing that's really got a lot of versatility going for it is a can of never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe. Well, that's right. Like, for example, not only does it have a tasty treat in it, but you'll find a swell prize inside, namely a small section of tailpipe from the Batmobile. But that's not all you'll find in this versatile little can. No, sir. Because under the label of Bat-Supe, you'll find a keen form you can fill out so you can join our special club, the Bat-Supers. And when you're a member of the Bat-Supers, you become eligible for all kinds of neato perks, like the Bat-Supers membership kit, which includes a Batman detective kit, a Superman laser vision magnifying glass, and so much more. Yes, sir-ree doodle. Here at Bat-Supe, the fun never ends. So make sure your mom has you good and stocked up with plenty of Bat-Supe in your pantry. Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Always look both ways before jumping on the bandwagon.
Well, hey, fellas and girls, you know there's plenty of excitement in each specially marked can of Bat-Supe. And right now, the swell prize is a discarded section of tailpipe from Batman's super speedy car, the Batmobile. Your imagination will soar when you pretend that you're seeing the fire erupt from that super special piece of pipe. Right, Billy?
Oh, we're not pretending.
What?
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 Oh, I said we love pretending.
Oh, sure. And now that you clever kids have pieced together an even longer section of Batmobile tailpipe, well, I'm sure your imagined fire plumes have grown even more powerful.
Oh, you have no idea.
Well, that's really keen, Billy. And I just want to say on behalf of all of us here at Never Nutritious, Definitely Delicious Bat-Supe, how proud we are of how you and your friends have banded together to have some good, clean fun with our swell prizes.
You hold on to that thought.
You bet we will, Billy. See, gang, when you turn your imagination loose with our swell prizes, anything is possible. And there's no better way to fuel your imagination than with a hearty bowl of Bat-Supe. Remember, it's part of a nutritious lunch or dinner, provided Mom adds something nutritious to it. Make sure she's always plenty stocked up by picking up a bunch of cans of Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold.
Always use proper postage.
Sparking the flames of imaginations can sometimes spark other things. And there are some things that shouldn't ought to be sparked. But more on that next time. Right now, though, it's time for a Bat-Supe dessert bite, where the local authorities are getting into the act, but only as a distraction for our hero. But the fuzz aren't the only distraction. It's part 4 of The Molly K Matter, from yours truly, Johnny Dollar, as originally broadcast on October 13th, 1955.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Bob Bailey as
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. Dan McKay, Harbor Police.
Dan, I was planning to drop by and see you about the sinking of the Molly K, but I've been pretty busy since I got here.
Yeah, so I've heard. Johnny, you're under arrest.
What did I do? Park in a red zone, walk on the grass?
I'm not kidding. I mean it.
Oh, what's the charge?
Now, let's see. Assault and battery, aggravated assault, assault with intent to do bodily injury.
Hold it, Dan. That's enough.
But you want to know who signed it?
I already know.
That's practically an admission of guilt. You know that.
But I've got witnesses.
So is he.
Huh?
I think you'd better come down and talk about it.
Or you'll send out the wagon, is that it?
I'm serious, Johnny.
All right, Dan. I'll be down.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location San Francisco, to the Home Office Marine and Maritime Casualty Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Molly K matter. Expense account continued. Item 7, a mere 60 cents. Taxi from my hotel to the foot of Market Street and headquarters of Inspector Dan McKay in charge of Harbor Police. I'd known Dan for years, well enough to realize that knowing him wouldn't make any difference. Not when he had a warrant to serve. I knew the charge wouldn't stick, of course, but it could slow me down. And I figured that was exactly why it had been filed.
You may be right, Johnny. Maybe Captain Brawley did file charges just for nuisance value. Keep you out of his way for a day or two.
That's exactly what he did.
Nevertheless, the charge was filed, and a warrant has been issued. So what are you going to do about it?
I know what I'd like to do about it.
That's against the law, too. You know, you could be wrong, Johnny. Brawley may not be guilty of the Molly K sinking.
I told you the whole story, Dan. The facts add up. What do you think?
I think you've got an awful strong case, but it's still based on circumstantial evidence.
Well, what else is there to base it on? The rest of the evidence is out past the harbor there, out beyond the Golden Gate, a mile below the surface of the Pacific.
Yeah, I know. Most of the cases we handle here in the Harbor Division are like that.
Well, then you can see the problem I'm up against.
Yeah, I can see it all right. That's a big harbor out there, Johnny. Biggest natural harbor in the world. A lot of square miles of water. A lot of miles of shoreline.
And a lot of ways of covering up a crime.
As far as disposing of physical evidence, it's true. Body can be thrown into the bay, a weapon, so on. Sometimes we recover it, sometimes we don't. It's tough, Johnny.
Yeah, I imagine.
Real tough. Hey, that's the SS Maritonia, arriving from Ceylon, Java, the Philippines. She'll dock at Pier 14. The cargo is probably spices, mahogany, raw ore.
Nice-looking ship.
Beautiful. They drive me crazy, Johnny, watching them here from the window. I should have gone to sea. Oh, well. Anyway, since we don't have physical evidence in a lot of cases, we've learned to rely on other things.
Such as?
The human elements, Johnny. You've turned up a lot of facts, true. You've made a good deal more progress on this case than I have.
Than you have? What do you mean?
Tim O'Rourke sent me the report of the inquiry board. I've been working on the case ever since. Now, you got a pretty convincing bunch of facts. But I know Captain Brawley. By reputation, at least.
Look, Dan, I know what you're getting at. People who know Brawley think he's honest. O'Rourke said the same thing.
Right. Tough, hard, violent temper, a slave driver, but not a crook.
An honest man can get under pressure sometimes, get pushed beyond his depth. It happens every day.
Yeah, but Johnny, even then, he reacts according to his pattern. Hey, here's what I'm getting at. That murder on board the Molly K just before she sank, you said Hawkins told you the man had been knifed. Now, I can see Brawley slugging somebody with fist, club, or bottle, or even shooting a man. But not a knife. It's not in his nature. That's what I mean by human elements.
And you're right, Dan. I agree with you. I don't think it was Brawley who killed him. Here's the way I see it. Brawley was pressed for cash. The mortgage on his ship was due in 30 days. He was carrying that grain for Dean Sutton on a contingency basis. He might not make any money, or at least not enough. He was probably doing it as a favor to his daughter. She and Dean Sutton are engaged.
Yeah, I know,
So
Judge.
the first time out, he tried setting that fire on board. It didn't work. One of the crew, Bill Mack, discovered it before it got started. The Molly K returned to port, and Brawley filed an insurance claim. Then he got scared off an investigation and withdrew it.
That's all guesswork, Johnny.
So far, his second attempt, he contacted an expert on explosives, Benny Wong. And Benny pulled off the job for him, blew the bottom out of the ship and sank it.
And what about the knifing?
Well, Bill Mack was suspicious. He was prowling around the hold and caught Benny in the act of setting the explosive. Benny killed him, figuring the sinking would cover for him. But by accident, Hawkins stumbled onto the body before the ship went down.
Well, that adds up, Johnny. It's hard to argue with you. I just can't see a captain sinking his own ship.
It's been done before.
Yeah, I know.
Not everybody feels about them the way you do, Dan. And $500,000 is a lot of money.
That's true. But 25 years of command means a lot, too. Deep sense of responsibility. Integrity. Oh, pardon me. Inspector McKay. Oh, yeah. Just a moment. It's for you, Johnny.
It was Lou Tang, Shanghai Lou. She'd called the hotel and found out where to reach me. For once, she didn't try to play games. She spoke briefly and straight to the point. And she told me what I wanted to know the most. When I hung up, I knew I was on the last lap. I had the case right in my hand.
Well, what's up, Johnny? What is it?
Dan, how would you like to come along and talk to the man who blew up the Molly K? Item 8, 80 cents. Another taxi. A short run from the foot of Market to Fisherman's Wharf. Lou Tang's spies had told her Benny Wong was holed up in a back room of the Fa Song Fish Company out on the docks. And they said he was scared, armed, and dangerous.
There's the Fa Song layout, Johnny. Right there, the warehouse on the end.
Yeah. Well, let's go around the gangway. Lou Tang said the room was on the back corner.
Say, Johnny, why don't you wait here? Let me take him. This kind of thing is part of my job.
But he's my pigeon, Dan. I found him first. There's a door at the back. That must be it.
Yeah, only one it could be.
Besides, I'm under arrest. If you left me alone, I might escape.
Yeah, sure. You got a gun, Johnny?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
We moved quietly up to the blank wooden door opening onto the gangway over the water. There were no windows in the back wall, so we were certain we weren't being watched from inside. We stopped at the door, and McKay reached for the knob and tried it gently.
It's unlocked.
Good.
You ready?
You go ahead.
Hey, what the...
Hold it, police officers.
Drop that gun.
Drop it fast. This doesn't look much like Benny Wong, Johnny.
No, it doesn't.
Now, look here.
What do you do, Dean? Go around with a gun in your hand all the time?
You're making a mistake, Dollar. I don't know any more about this than you do.
Any more about what? What are you doing here, Dean?
Never mind, Johnny. Here's what he means.
Huh? Oh. Well. So we don't talk to Benny.
Shot 3 times.
Yeah.
Any one of the bullets would have done the job.
You weren't taking any chances, were you, Dean?
I didn't shoot him. I just got here.
How did you know where he was hiding?
I didn't. I didn't know anything about him. I got a phone call. Somebody said to meet them here. Said they gave me the lowdown on the sinking of the Molly K.
What somebody? Who was it?
I don't know.
Man or woman?
Man, I think. Voice was muffled, so I came here to meet them.
And we find you standing over a dead man with a gun in your
I
hand.
found him like that. I figured it was a trap. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, no, of course you don't. You're just a babe in the woods.
Hold it,
having
Johnny. Barking up a wrong tree.
What do you mean?
This man's been dead for several hours. Since early morning, I'd say. And he was shot with a .45. This gun of Sutton's is a .32.
So that's that.
Johnny, what was the caliber of the gun you saw Captain Brawley wearing?
A .45, Dan.
I'll put out a bulletin and we'll pick him up.
Wind up. The bets were all in. There was nothing more ahead but the showdown. Dan tore up the warrant on me, of course, and I went back to my hotel room to wait it out. That seemed the safest place to be. Brawley would be desperate now, half out of his mind. And of all the people he hated most, I was number one. So I lay back on my bed and waited. I reached my gun from the lamp table, moved quietly over to the door, and took hold of the key. Who is it?
Let me in, Johnny.
Ellen. Just a second. Come on in.
Has he been here, Johnny?
Has who been here?
My father.
The last time I saw the captain, he was lying unconscious on a barroom floor. I just put him there. That was last night.
Yes, I know.
Well, what made you think he'd be here?
I don't know. Guess I thought... I don't know what I thought.
Oh, easy now, honey.
I'm scared, Johnny. Hold me, please. I'm so lonely and scared.
It's all right, Ellen. Easy now.
He came home last night after he fought with you. He was furious. Then he left again, and I haven't seen him since.
Does he have his gun with him?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know anything. Help me, Johnny, won't you?
Of course I will.
Hold me tight. Kiss me.
Ellen,
Last
honey,
night
look.
when you kissed me, I wasn't scared then. I wasn't lonely.
Look, honey, would you...
Hold me, Johnny.
Wait a second. Johnny Dollar.
Dan McKay, Johnny.
Yeah, Dan.
We picked up Brawley on the waterfront a half an hour ago. Thought you'd want to know.
What's he say?
Denies everything. Says he was home asleep all night. Says his daughter will back him up.
I happen to know different on that.
Yeah, I figured he was lying. We'd already been out to his house. Found his gun. It's been fired 3 times, Johnny. And the bullets match.
When Ellen Brawley left my room a while later, I still hadn't told her about her father's arrest. I didn't have the heart. She'd tried her best to protect him, cover for him. She'd have done anything to save him. And yet, the irony was that every move she'd made helped tighten the case against him. The scent of her perfume still hung in the air after she'd gone. It was a strange scent, subtle, disturbing. I began to feel uncomfortable, on edge. There was something familiar about that scent. And finally I tagged it. I'd noticed that same perfume in the room on the wharf, where Benny Wong lay murdered.
Now, here's our star, Bob Bailey, to tell you about tomorrow's episode of this story.
Thanks. Tomorrow night, a deadly rendezvous on the fog-shrouded waterfront, and an explosion that rocked the city. The payoff. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, the entire production is under the direction of Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Well, that'll wrap up this edition of the Bat-Supe Swell Prizes Saga, Reheated. Thanks for listening. Be sure to listen next time, fellows and girls, as we'll bring you the exciting conclusion of the Batman tailpipe fiasco and wrap up the Molly K matter from yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Until then, up!
Another 5-minute mystery.
Hello?
Hello, Coroner. This is Sheriff Slade.
Oh, yes, Sheriff. What can I do for you?
Seems there's been some excitement out at the X-Bar Dude Ranch. One of them dude vacations is dead as a coyote.
Okay, Sheriff. I'll meet you out there in about a half an hour.
Right?
Well, here's the sheriff now. Hiya, Sheriff.
Howdy, Dan. Having some trouble out here?
Yeah, I reckon it's not going to be any too good for my business either. One of the guests up and got herself killed.
Where's the body, Dan?
All right in the house here. Fella named Vaughn Calder. That's her husband. He's inside with her. Oh. Hey, it's howdy, Mr. Calder. It's Sheriff Slade in the corner.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Hate to bother you like this, Mr. Caller. We'll just have to ask a couple of questions.
Go right ahead, Sheriff. I'm rather broken up, but I'll try to be of some help.
Vaughn, I just heard. I'm so terribly sorry. But maybe it's for the... Oh, I didn't know that.
That's all right, Nora. This is Sheriff Slade in the coroner. This is Nora Bradley, gentlemen.
Any relation to you, Mr. Calder?
Why, no, we're going to be married, that's all.
Then I reckon you and your wife weren't hitting it off so well.
There's no use my hiding anything. We weren't hitting it off. She'd known about Nora and me for some time now. I'd asked her a dozen times for a divorce. She wouldn't give it to me. But I wouldn't have had anything like this happen. I didn't hate her.
How did she die, Mr. Calder?
She was bitten by a rattlesnake. You can see the little hole in her arm.
Will you take a look at the body, Coroner?
Sure.
Go on, Mr. Calder.
We were out riding this morning. We'd gotten off the horses to rest for a while. I had my back turned to her for a few moments as I tied the horses to a tree. I heard her scream. I turned around, and there was a large rattlesnake a few feet away from her, poised to strike. I saw the fangs shoot out from its mouth and plunge into her arm. It was horrible.
Then what happened?
Well, we were only 10 minutes from the ranch. I got her back here as fast as I could. She was dead when I arrived.
What's your report, Coroner?
Everything's as he says, Sheriff. Small puncture in the left forearm, accompanied by large swelling of the surrounding tissue. She died of rattlesnake poison, all right.
But not by a rattlesnake.
I don't get you, Sheriff.
You've had a murder on your ranch. Vaughn Calder murdered his wife.
Have you found the clues that led the sheriff to accuse Von Calder of murder? The solution in a moment, but first... And now, back to our story.
What are you trying to do? The coroner just told you she died of rattlesnake poison.
There's no doubt about that, Calder. But it weren't administered by a rattlesnake. You injected poisonous venom into your wife's arm with a hypodermic needle, then watched her die a slow, painful death. And like most people, you don't know much about snakes, Calder. That evil-looking thing that the snake shoots from its mouth is not a fang. That's just the tongue. Every snake has that, poisonous or non-poisonous. But the real fangs, and I said fangs plural, are two long teeth in the forward part of the mouth, which are never seen. If she'd been bitten by a real rattler, she'd have two punctures instead of one.